Hey, everybody, it's a new week in the new year. Welcome back. I'm Allison Johnson of Clio Coaching and Consulting, and I work with leaders, high achieving professionals, excuse me, and small business owners to increase their productivity, solve people problems that they encounter at work, which translates over to regular life too, and to take better care of themselves. And one of the ways I do that is through emotional intelligence training, which is what we're talking about in the series. And we're on week number 2 of the 10-week series on emotional intelligence. Last week, we talked about how you can journal when you're in a certain situation, not in the situation, but using the journaling technique in order to evaluate situations that have gotten you going, like made you upset, mad, sad, joyful. Usually we use them on negative emotions though, because we want to know how to manage those and reduce those. So maybe there's a situation at work where you're in a meeting and somebody says something that really ticks you off, and maybe you know right away why that is, but maybe you want to examine what is it about that situation and that person that really got you going. And maybe you know better than to let that out in the moment. You manage yourself well, but you want to reduce your reactivity to things like that, or to certain people that you're going to need to encounter. So journaling is one way to do it. And what you do is you evaluate, what was I thinking in the situation? What was going on? What feelings did I have? And look at that from there to determine how to manage your reactivity and maybe change your story about, how you think about that person or think about situations like that. But today, and we're on the road to self-awareness here, and also awareness of others and how to manage that. On the way there, we're gonna go take a look at my handy dandy slides here. I get those going for you. Yep. Oh, I have to put it in speaker view. Sorry about that. Okay, so make it bigger. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so this has a lot to do with our interpersonal skills, but also has to do with our self-management. So we're talking about emotional self-awareness as our first step. If you're not aware of your own emotions and what triggers them, then it's going to be very difficult for you to manage those and manage situations that arise when you are with people at work or in difficult situations, having difficult conversations that come with our work in our life too. So let's move. We're going to go to, this is what we talked about last time, the journaling technique. So today we're going to talk about identifying what triggers you. And that, basically, I'm going to go through this really quickly, is reflecting on the emotions that you have and why it caused negative emotions. me. Here I am. You can go to my website, CleoCoaching/contact, and ask me for the 10 tips sheet that will help your EQ, help you be a more successful professional. So that encompasses all the tips we're going to be talking about, in the last 2 weeks and the next 8 to come. And I'd be glad to send that out to you. So until then, practice writing down when you get triggered and start thinking about why that is and what you can say next time in a similar situation. So until then, I'll see you. Okay, bye-bye.